Good morning, friends. It is round 2P2, day 12. I am 135.6. I'm down 0.4 from yesterday. I am finally out of the 136 range, thank goodness, because it was getting old after a week. Yesterday I had my normal food that I eat pretty much the same every day. I'm not a person that needs too much variety during the week, so I just had coffee in the morning, apple cider vinegar water as my tea in mid-morning, and then I had an apple sliced up for my snack. When I got home, I had a chicken salad. And then for dinner, I had a fish grilled with salad again, you know, just 2 handfuls of lettuce. I don't measure. I do weigh my proteins, but I don't really measure my vegetables too much. So 2 handfuls of lettuce, a handful of cherry tomatoes, and probably a 1/4 cup of cucumbers. And then I had my MCT dressing from this past weekend, which was just MCT oil, let's see, lemon peel, and a shot of agave. And I will put that recipe up and post that with this vlog, so you can try that. It's a very light, sweet dressing, which is nice. And yes, I know the agave, you know, P2, just make a choice whether you want to use it or not. It is your choice. I don't follow the perfect on protocol. I do my own protocol, and so I do some things that I'm sure some of you would frown upon, which is why my losses are smaller. I am not a 1 pound plus loser at any given time, unless it's at the beginning and I'm losing loading weight. I usually just lose in very small increments of 0.2, 0.4, you know, pretty much is my average, and occasional 0.6 or 0.8. So I did have both my grissini yesterday. I did have a couple of, let's see, a couple of macadamia nuts, not as much as I normally have. And then I also finally made my chocolate delight last night. So that was a good thing to have a little sweet treat at the end of the day. I got all my water in. Really wanted a glass of red wine when my husband came home and poured himself a glass of white wine, but I didn't, so that's a good thing. My wine is my weakness. I don't struggle with food very often. It's more with the end the day with a nice glass of Cabernet. That is my weakness. Each of us has something, whether it's sweet, salty, alcohol, whatever. So all is well. Pleased to be in the 135s, 1 pound away from my 30-pound weight loss mark, and looking forward to hitting that hopefully this week. Very, very much would like to just get to that point. And I know it's frustrating sometimes when we're at not necessarily a stall, but just losing very slowly, or getting goose eggs, which is a 0 loss. And, you know, you just think, oh my goodness, you know, this is taking so long. Why am I even, you know, I'm so frustrated. Why can't I lose more? And sorry about the light here. This happens on this street. I just wanted to remark upon that and say, you know, look at the overall. Look at the whole week. How much have you lost in the entire week? Because a lot of times, you know, that weight loss that you lost in that week, you wouldn't even lose that in a good week on another diet. You know, 3 pounds lost in 1 week. They say you should never lose more than 2, and so a 2 pound weight loss, usually, unless you've got something going on, you ate something you shouldn't have, which is what happened to me this week. I had a glass of red wine last week. You know, first week into the P2 protocol, what the hell? You know, I know better than that. That's what tripped me up in my last P2, but I made the choice and I dealt with it, you know, and I dealt with my 136 all week long, and so now we're moving on. And yes, it was frustrating for the last week, but when I look back and I see that, you know, I still achieved loss, and loss is better than gain, and I'm doing more than I would be doing if I was not doing the HCG protocol. So that part of it is good. At least I am losing weight and I am making progress, and that's what this is about, is, you know, the journey and going forward and really achieving the overall goal, and not necessarily be so focused on, you know, we just, once you start achieving that high loss, that you get to that 10 pound and you think, oh my goodness, I can do this, you know, 10 pounds, wow. And then you're still not really sure, you know, it's because you've lost 10 pounds before doing other diets. And then of course, you know, we gain it back plus 2 more. And then you get to the 15 pound loss and you start, your mind starts changing a little bit. And then you hit that 20 pound loss and it's, oh my goodness. That's when people really start noticing after about 6 weeks. And you realize, wow, 20 pounds. I was carrying 20 pounds around. And then you look forward to the next 20 pounds, depending on how much weight you have to lose. Of course, I'm addressing a 50 pound weight loss here. You know, you get in that next 20 pound range and you want it. You can see it. You know it's a possibility. You know in a round you can lose 20 pounds. And mentally you have to just keep yourself in check week by week, losing the weight, taking it as it comes, knowing that it works, knowing that you can achieve that loss, and you just, it's whatever your body's willing to give you, and not pushing it, and not, you know, I had a detox bath last night. That pushes things, and that's as far as I'm willing to push. That and the California kicker. I'm not big on correction days or fat fasts and things like that. The detox bath, I would do that normally even when I wasn't dieting, and you know, my head spins and I wake up with a headache, and you know, they're tough to, you're dealing with your adrenals, and for those of you that don't know, you know, just a detox bath is a mixture of baking soda and Epsom salts, and then sitting in a very, very hot bath until the sweat just starts rolling down your face. And it's not always a pleasant thing. You know, and then you get out and you're shaky and you feel like you're going to pass out, and you wonder why your heart's pounding, and you're laying there thinking, why did I just do that? You know, that wasn't pleasant. That's just not a great way to end the day. But most of the time you sleep better, and you know, the next day you typically will have a loss due to that. So, you know, I chose to do that last night to try and push things out of that 136. I did have a huge headache. I did wake up 3 times last night with nightmares, you know, just true anxiety. I do have a little bit of stress going on right now. I know part of that's feeding that, but it's also, I think I'm dumping a tremendous amount of toxic crap out of my system. And so my body is just kind of freaking out a little bit, and I think that's why I'm not sleeping well. I'm messing with something that I've been dealing, you know, carrying around, this extra weight and fat and crud for about 15 years now. And so letting go of it is painful to a certain extent of, you know, just this junk I'm releasing doesn't want to, it's hanging on with claws. So and then again, I had that California kicker this morning. I just want to kick through and not go back to 136 in any way tomorrow. I want to keep heading down. So that's my way of kicking up the metabolism. You know, I'm not going to deal with fat fasts and things like that and try to correct anything, because that cheat, that was my doing, and you know, yeah, I kind of stalled a little bit, but I didn't feel that I had any right to correct that. So again, hair loss is slowing down. I noticed less this morning. I will say for sure, probably by Sunday, I will let everyone know. And I watched HCG Chica last night, and I totally agree with her that, you know, I messed with my adrenals in my last P2. I went way too long. I did a 60-day plus the 3 days in my P2, my first round of P2, and it was too long. You're not meant to go that long, and if you do it, and you're the one that makes the choice to do it. And I know people do it, and you know, I had too many cheats. I had, my head wasn't in the game in the middle of my round, and then I got to the end and I realized my head was finally where it needed to be, and I was losing, and I just wanted to keep going, and so I extended. And I think that my hair loss is due to extending to that 60 days and just stressing my body to just milk that 25-pound weight loss that I achieved. So, you know, make a wise choice if you choose to extend your round. I know why people do it, because I had that mindset, and I realize, you know, why we make that choice. We again, it's that instant gratification. You want it, you see it, it's out in front of you, you hit that 20-pound mark, and you think, oh, I can do this. I want more. I just want to get it done. But we have to be patient, and there's a reason that Dr. Simeon set it up the way that he did. He researched it. You know, it's 20 days or it's 40 days. And, you know, I think most of the weight, from what people are saying, comes off in the first 20 days. So maybe it's not necessary to do a 40-day round. I will reassess that next weekend when I see where I'm at. I think I'm doing a 40-day round. I think I'm going to go to the end of August, and then I'm going to take a really, really long extended P3 and P4 like HCG Chica talked about, you know, extending the length of that P3-4 period to allow my body to recover, and then I'll do my next P2 round at the beginning of the year after I get through the holidays. So kind of long-winded. Sorry, I'm going to have to hack this up in order to eliminate all the babble that you didn't need to hear, or the repetition. But I just wanted to reiterate that point. You know, you can do it. Your body will do it as it's ready. Take it as it comes. Be happy with the loss or the stabilization, or if you stall, it's a stall, or whatever you want to call it. But you're still, you know, as long as you're not going up, it's all good, right? Right? Okay, happy releases. Everybody have a great day or night, whatever you're doing, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Ciao.